Hello everybody. One day I found online Dr. Joe Dispenza. 3 years ago was when I first heard about him and started doing a little research, and I started doing those meditations. And I'm going to tell you the one I was doing. It had to do with taking slow breaths and stopping and holding your breath around your belly button, then breathing a little more and stopping and holding your breath around your chest. Breathe a little more and stop and hold your breath around your neck, and then breathe a little more and stop and hold your breath up by your pineal gland, or your third eye, or your first eye like he calls it. Inhale through your nose, release through your mouth. From doing it one time, I noticed the change, and then I was like, okay, this is pretty good. I like how I feel. And I kept doing it over and over every day. But this is the thing, he guides you in a way that you are supposed to, of course, clear your mind from every thinking, negative thinking, positive thinking. Just stop thinking altogether and focus on your breath, which is breath work basically. And then he guides you to, take your breaths all the way and focus all the way when you're holding your breath and you're thinking about your pineal gland. Then you're supposed to release, push outwards your spinal fluid. Somehow is going to travel through your spine. I don't know how, but you're gonna get oxygen to go into your pineal gland by doing those breaths. That's the whole point of it, to get oxygen into the pineal gland. And in this way, you can open your senses, your soul, your being to a whole nother dimension or another space and time, where basically you can see yourself in a future you can imagine and picture yourself in a future the way you would like to feel by going through those experiences as you're imagining it, imagining how you're feeling at that moment, how you're gonna feel in that future. And that will help you in actually getting there whenever you get out of your meditation, go on with your daily life. You eventually have experienced that already through your meditation, and when the time comes, you already know how it feels. You remember how it feels. Your body remembers how you felt, and it's gonna be way easier for you to accomplish because you've already been through it, basically, with going on a meditation journey. Did I explain myself well or not? Anyhow, let me tell you that I did this meditation for 6 months straight. I didn't miss one day. That was 3 years ago. And I was at that time working somewhere that I first started the first month, like everything. I loved my job. It didn't pay much, and I was at a hospital. But I liked it. I liked the people I work with, my boss, and the training period was fun because it was just pretty cool. I liked the people I worked with, and the environment, everything was comfortable. Then, of course, somebody always has to ruin it. Two girls, of course, two women bringing drama. They were, just gossiping and giving me looks and just laughing behind my back, just talking crap. You could tell when somebody doesn't like you, or they're just trying to bully you, or just irritate you, get under your skin indirectly without telling it to your face, but you know it. Somehow you know it. So that's how I felt with those two ladies. And then eventually I ended up moving, and I quit that job because, anyways, the point is that I wanted to quit so bad, that job. I wanted to quit so bad. But those meditations helped me, because I was like, you know what? I am not going to quit because of these people. I need to push through. Somehow I need to push through. And because I had a really bad issue with depression and anxiety and PTSD, that's what was really getting to my head, that I really wanted to quit. I don't deserve this. I don't want to be there. I don't have to be somewhere where I don't want to be, where I'm not comfortable no more. So I wanted to quit so bad. But credit to that guided meditation every single morning. I was feeling comfortable going to work, and I didn't care no more about my environment, about how uncomfortable I felt. Like, it didn't feel like that no more. Like, I was relaxed. I had enough energy to want to go to work and come home and do whatever I needed to do for the day, for my kids and for myself. It was just great. And so I was getting up also to do the meditations. I was waking up at 3 in the morning. I was hardcore, because I was not going to give up. I was not about to lose my job, because I needed the income really bad. You know, I had 2 kids. I'm taking care of myself and them. And I was not going to let my depression bring me down. I was not going to let myself be, you know, just torture myself. I was not going to be harming myself, I thought. Therefore, I pushed through. And I had those bad, sad, dark nights of the soul, if you will, in the past many times. And so I know how it feels. I don't forget the feeling. And I know that those guided meditations and those exercises with the breathing and the pushing the spinal fluid, and, you know, thinking about your pineal gland and thinking about yourself in a happy place, that was so powerful. And it was all free. Like, all you got to do is actually do it. Like, shut your mouth, shut your body down. Also, Dr. Joe Dispenza tells you, you need to basically force your body to sit like a dog. Like, you need to train your body to sit and stay still. Stop thinking about, cooking breakfast, or what you have to do for the day, and the meetings you have, and the phone calls and the emails and the texts. Stop thinking about your phone and just shut up. Basically, shut your mind up and sit like a dog and behave. You know, your mind needs to tell your body what to do. So that's what that whole meditation is like. And so I do that. I was also, like I said, I was waking up at 3 in the morning, and the whole ritual for me was it took me about an hour, because in addition to the meditations, I was new at the Christian faith. I was also reading the Bible, the King James Version Bible. Like, I was trying to keep up with reading a few chapters every morning. For all those 6 months, I always read the Bible. And so I did a prayer also. So all that in combination got me to push through a very uncomfortable moment in my life. But I really give big credit, and I acknowledge that the meditations really greatly helped me. And that was 3 years ago. We're in 2026, and it's July the 8th today? July 8th. So a few days ago, I bumped into Dr. Joe Dispenza again. So that's the thing. I started feeling better. I was feeling really good. The meditations worked great. I ended up moving to another location, and, you know, I was feeling great. So I totally forgot about my meditations. I stopped doing them because I was feeling good. I didn't really need it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really need it no more because I was feeling great, like I keep saying. So let me catch myself again, because I did fall back into depressions on and off, you know, because it happens. It's gonna come. Life is not perfect. It's like that. And like I was just saying, a few days ago, I bumped into Dr. Joe Dispenza again online on YouTube. And I was like, wait, I remember how much this worked for me, the guided meditations, and it was great. I felt so good. Why did I stop doing that? Because lately I've been feeling a little bit dark, emotions going through my head, losing my focus, refocusing, my mind racing at 120,000 miles per hour. And I just needed something to refresh again. And so I started doing the meditations again. And let me tell you, it's been a life changer. We forget things so fast. And I forgot how good it felt to do that. And doing it again, it reminded me how great it felt, how much it helped me, and how much I needed, and why I convinced myself that this is something that I really need to do every day. It needs to become a daily ritual, like eating meals. Every day we need to eat, right? And get sleep. So the meditation has to be a part of, I need to make it a part of my routine, my daily living. So it was like a few days ago when I did it again, and I did for like 21 minutes, and I'm about to cry thinking about it, because that was the first thing I did when I was done doing the meditation. The first thing I did at the end, he tells you, you know, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and come back, you know, come back to where you're, be present. You know, you were always supposed to be present, you know, be present, open your eyes whenever you're ready. And as soon as I opened my eyes, after he says that, because I had headphones on, that changes the whole experience. You know, I play this video, I have it on video, and I play the same meditation video. There's a bunch of them, but I'm hooked up with that one right now. And so with headphones, and as soon as I open my eyes, I start crying out of joy. It was joy, pure joy and happiness. And I was just, wow. I forgot how great that felt. Why did I stop doing these meditations? They felt so good. And so some of the things that how I felt and how I've been feeling every day since I've been doing it again, I feel a natural high. Basically, have you ever gotten high? Have you ever taken antidepressants, or, you know, done something that makes you feel high? Well, it's a natural high that's free. That was a feeling that I've had all days today, a natural high. I've felt full of energy. I set my alarm to wake up because I'm sleeping in, because I don't have no morning obligations during the summer, like during the rest of the year, like taking the kids to school, whatever. So I give myself a little hour or two extra of sleep. So, but I've been waking up. I have my alarm set up for a time, and I've been waking up at least 1 to 2 hours earlier before my alarm sounds. So a natural high, energy. I feel well rested. I feel like I'm focused and relaxed and comfortable. Everywhere I go, I feel like I want to be friendly to people. Like I acknowledge them more, like I'm present, like I'm more talkative too. And what else? Basically that. So, and that's just 21 minutes of morning meditation. So I don't want to push myself so hard to where I get overwhelmed, or I know I'm not going to get tired of it. It didn't happen before, and I know it's not going to happen again. I'm not going to get tired of doing the meditation. And I'm going to increase the times little by little. I want to try and do straight up meditation for an hour. That's my goal. But I'm starting for now with 20 minutes. And back then, I remember when I first started meditating, I started with 15 minutes. 5 minutes is a big difference. So, and right now I'm at 21 minutes. And then the hardest part of really doing all this is actually, not thinking. Because it's easy to sit down. It's easy to close your eyes. Sometimes you just want to open them, but it's manageable to keep your eyes closed and focused. And the hardest part really is to get the thoughts that come in your mind as you're meditating, like they're intruding. You don't want them there, but they keep intruding. That's the hardest part, to kick every thought out of your head when you're in that moment. But it takes practice, like anything, and once you get past that, it should be easy. But I know this is not for everybody, because I know there's people that are so impatient, and they don't suffer from anxiety, but that's it. They're anxious. Like, what other word is there? What, you got something more important to do than take care of yourself? Because that's that it all comes down to yourself. You're doing this for yourself. And eventually it manifests around you, like the people around you, your animals all feel that energy, and it affects everybody. But it starts with you, and it spreads outward, right? And ultimately what this is simple love, what God is, which is love. And that's empowering. That feels, to know that feels so good. And the whole experience, there's a way, I want to find a way to describe it, but I've heard so many talks that Dr. Joe Dispenza has done, to where he's trying to describe how it feels. And it's like it's an experience that you can, with words, don't give it justice. Like, it's something that you got to do. You have to do it. Do it yourself, and you find out. But it just feels so good. And also, and it's like that. Sometimes when we're at our worst, something really bad has to happen to us. Why is it that way? Why can't you just trust me and do what I'm telling you to do? No. Like, why is it that we have to wait for something bad, really bad, to happen to us, something traumatic, some overwhelming sadness, or whatever it is you're going through that's on the negative spectrum or on the dark side? Why do we have to wait until that point to crawl out of that point and into a better, way better, above, enlightened place? So I hope this will help you in knowing that you are not alone. If you ever feel like you need help with getting out of your mind and your emotions and your dark side, just know that you are not alone in these feelings, and there's always help. I think that's all I wanted to say for now. I hope you guys try the meditations and get something magical and wonderful out of it. The best thing that can come out of it is love, and the worst thing that can come out of it is that you wasted 20 minutes out of your life just sitting there doing nothing. But even if you don't get to the meditation state, you still got to relax and let your body just mellow down without a phone or the TV or whatever it is you're doing. Technology. Anyhow, that's all I wanted to say. Hope you guys have a great day and God bless you. Bye.